The truth about free will, assuming we human beings actually have any, seems to have something to do with whether we decide to believe that we have any, whether we make that choice. I recently read someone observing that belief that we do not have free will is the practical effect of not having any, and belief that we have free will is a necessary condition for our having any meaningful free will. Now maybe we don't actually have any, so it's not a sufficient condition, but it's a necessary condition. In order to meaningfully exercise our free will, we must believe that we are free. We must have that belief in order for its own truth to be practical for us. Again, it may not be a sufficient condition, but it's a necessary condition for meaningful freedom that we believe that we have it. This is what someone wrote that I read online at a conversation at ricochet.com. Now, William James and Star Trek also observe this connection between the truth about free will, if we have it, and our decision whether to believe it. In an episode called Rightful Heir, Data is explaining, I believe, to Mr. Worf, his decision to believe that he is a person. Data had been informed that he was an artificial creation, he was a machine, and he chose to believe that he was a person, that he had the ability to go beyond his programming. And what this means is he decided that he had free will to go beyond his programming, to be more than the sum of his mechanical parts. And in this decision, Data says he took a leap of faith. But observe that in order to actually go beyond his programming, it is at least a necessary condition that he believe that he can go beyond his programming. The belief that he has freedom is not true, or at least not practical, and is for all practical purposes false unless he actually believes it. Now, it may not be a sufficient condition, maybe he's not actually free, maybe it's all an illusion, but it's at least a necessary condition for its own practicality. Now, William James, in an essay called The Dilemma of Determinism, William James observes that even though he is going to defend the idea that we humans have free will, he doesn't expect to prove it to anyone, because he says the nature of the case, the logic of the idea of free will, seems to require that no one can be forced to believe in it. It makes a lot more sense, he says, that we get to decide. He says our first act as free beings, if we have free will, is to decide to believe that we have free will.